Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Ninja Turtles movie, Splinter. Packaging first. Much like all the other figures that aren't turtles, Splinter does not have the extra picture here of him himself. Just the four turtles actually had that. But you can see he comes with a little sheath and a sword, and really has a very strange look to him. I'm really on the fence about this guy, honestly. He's very weird looking. I mean, I don't have much of a problem with the turtles and how they look, but he looks weird to me. So coming around here to the back, you see all the figures that are currently available, including Splinter, April, Shredder, and of course the Foot Soldier, and then you got all four of the actual turtles. One thing that I am noticing though is that on the turtles here, they have pupils on the actual images here, but they don't have that in the actual figure, so that must have been something that was different. And then you got the bio talking about New York, it being dangerous there, and turtles are fighting, but are they strong enough to take down the masked warrior everyone fears, that being the Shredder? So that's about it. These are made by the fine folks at Playmate Toys, so without further ado, let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Master Splinter open up and out of his packaging. And honestly, I gotta say that in package, I was really not all that impressed with how he looks, but he's a little bit better here once you get him out. Now, he does still have a very weird sort of look to his face. Mostly, it's kind of like the texturing. It just looks too smooth, and I don't know, it just doesn't come across all that well, I don't think. Now, he may not necessarily have that same kind of look. In fact, I'm really hoping that he doesn't have this exact same kind of look in the movie, because this just looks off. I mean, the paint really isn't all that bad, although it kind of looks like his face is a lighter brownish tan color than the rest, like his hands and even his feet. It just throws me off. That's the biggest thing. The rest of him looks really good. The body on him, I really like the sculpt. I appreciate the fact that they actually painted his little emblem here on the back. He is wearing a kind of a kimono sort of robe. I mean, it's not closed across the body, but he does come with a sword. We'll touch on this in a second, but it really isn't too bad. He's got some nice painted emblems here on the upper part of his chest. You come around and you do have that here on the back. He is wearing a bit of a necklace. It doesn't have any kind of paint applications or anything on it. It's just this molded black plastic, which I do kind of dig. It's interesting looking, but nothing too spectacular. He's got a really nice logo right on there, and probably should zoom in so that you can kind of see it. There we go, a little bit. There you go. You can kind of see it. Actually, it kind of looks like a turtle, which is neat. I dig it. And I just completely knocked him down. But figure-wise, he doesn't look too bad, except for the head. And these bits just spewing out, just maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's these little things that are kind of just dangling down his mustache and his little goatee thing. It's kind of weird. You can see that this is a separate piece from his actual body. It can't remove though, but this whole robe thing is a separate piece, which is interesting. The head rotates left and right just like so. The shoulders are on pin joints, so you can move them in and out. They can rotate all the way around as well. The shoulders just rotate, but they're not really all that bad. You can get some decent poses with them, also because the wrists can articulate, which is a big help when you're just talking about a swivel there at the elbow. But this one's a little bit more stiff, but it does rotate. Nothing at the waist. And then the hips, you can sort of rotate them, but this is a fairly rigid plastic, so you're not getting a lot of articulation with them. And they're pretty much just stuck in this pose, which is something that Playmates does every now and then, just puts their figures in a static pose and leaves them there. So that's kind of unfortunate. But one thing that I will like to say is that his tail helps to balance him. You can kind of position him on that. It kind of helps keep him up. He does come with a sword. I don't know why he's got two little dot things here. I kept looking around to see maybe if this is supposed to plug in somewhere, but I can't imagine where it would, so that's kind of weird. But open it up and you got a very nice kind of samurai sword or something like that. This is a very soft rubber, so that kind of stinks. But setting that there. Now, putting him here, I mean, I want to show you that he doesn't really stand out too differently from previous versions of Splinter that we've gotten from Playmates before. Alright guys, it's pixel comparison time. As you can see, here we have the new Splinter with a whole bunch of previous ones. We got the Splinter from the recent CGI movie, you got the new 2012 version, obviously the vintage Splinter, the old 2000 series version of it, and then I got my Hamato Yoshi figure right there just because. And as you can see, they all have a very similar sort of look. You know, he's wearing a robe, he's obviously a rat. One thing that I'm sort of, well, no, he kind of has a little bit of a chin hair sort of thing on that guy. He's got it here. The only one that's really all that different is he's got a bit of a mustache, and then he's got a little tuft of hair on the top that's kind of tied off, and like a little rubber band sort of thing, but I don't think it looks too bad. And for one more comparison, here you have him next to the movie version of Raphael, as well as the movie version of the Shredder. And as you can see, the Splinter is a pretty tiny guy, and that's pretty accurate. I mean, Splinter was a lot smaller than a lot of the other characters in the various series and things like that, so this scale works nicely. Now, whether or not, again, this is how it looks in the film remains to be seen, but toy-wise, I love it. Now, Master Splinter, much like April, is a very essential character in the world of the Ninja Turtles. And from what we've seen with the trailers, there is a lot that we have to look forward to with this character. I'm really curious to see how it all comes together, and I'm really excited for the movie. As for the toy, the only thing that really puts me off would probably be the face. The sculpt on everything else looks terrific. Even though that his legs are kind of stuck in that pre-pose sort of thing that Playmates does, it doesn't bug me really that much. Because for Splinter, he's just going to mostly be standing there in my display anyhow. I'm not going to put him in any kind of crazy dynamic poses. One thing that I will say is that he does have a little bit more of a human sort of look to him. We've seen it in the trailers already where his face does have a little bit more of that human sort of look. And that's very similar with what the Turtles are having as well. And I actually dig that. It doesn't look cartoony. So, as I said, he is a pretty essential character to the Ninja Turtles. And I think really deserves to be in a Ninja Turtle display, obviously. So I recommend him. I enjoy him. He is available right now at retail. You just got to get out there and find him. But if you can't, go ahead and click on that link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store where you can pick this guy up as well as the rest of the huge assortment of new Ninja Turtle movie stuff. You can have it delivered to your house and add it to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus. or by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, I would encourage you to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can check out all my videos from the previous week, as well as see what I have coming up for upcoming release. And if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would rate, comment, and share this video. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.